Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with some Hearthstone news. We just got a bunch of information about Journey to Un'Goro. We had the initial announcement a couple of weeks ago. I was very busy, I couldn't even cover it. I've been trying and, you know, here we are, we've got a minute to cover Journey to Un'Goro. So, the big three things that I want to talk about, the adapt mechanic, the quest mechanic, and dinosaurs. They are the big three things, I think, coming with this expansion. So I'm going to try and wrap those up and, you know, give you my thoughts on them. You know me, I don't really do those kind of trickle card reviews because I don't like the card trickles. So I will do a bigger review once we have all of the cards, I assume around the 6th of April, which is the likely release date. Which people have figured out through, you know, the opening the packs thing where the packs look like you can open them after a certain date on your Windows clock. Anyway, we'll get to that later. The adapt mechanic is the main new thing coming to Hearthstone. It includes 10 different adaptations and it works a bit like the discover mechanic. So basically you play your minion or whatever it will be on. I guess it might work with spells as well, we don't know yet. I assume it's a minion thing. So we've got adapt. So what you do is you pick between 3 different adaptations. So this could be anything from +3 attack to death rattle, summon something, or any number of other ones. So basically they're building on that discover mechanic a little bit more. It's not giving you cards this time, it's affecting cards on the board, but people seem to respond well to that controlled randomness. It's versatile, it creates change, but it isn't completely random and unpredictable. You know, if your opponent plays a discover or a adapt card now, an adapt card, if anything, is more predictable than a discover card because, to an extent, you know what they're going to get. There's a 1 in 3 chance, roughly, that you're going to get the effect that you're looking for. So that is randomness in a way, but it is randomness that's kind of kept in check as long as the cards are balanced. I think this is something that you can play around, but it's also something you might want to put in your deck just to mix things up a bit, to make each game in what Blizzard, I think, like to design Hearthstone around, this kind of ever-changing, constant feeling of freshness, and that is quite welcome if it's going to keep the game fresh. I think it's a good mechanic, and I think it fits quite well with the theme, obviously. The next thing is quests. So every class is going to get a 1-mana legendary spell. What that means is the legendary spell is going to go into your hand if it's in your deck at the start of the game. You do have a chance to mulligan it away if you don't want it, but I can't really see many situations where you would want to mulligan it away. Basically, it's going to put something that looks a bit like a secret above your hero. It's going to have some kind of counter on it, and you need to do what it says in order to get rewarded with what it seems to be a series of 5-mana legendary minions, which you'll get for each class. So, for example, for Warlock, you're going to get, you have to discard 7 or 6 different cards, and then you get this portal, which is just going to summon constant demons. It's infinite. It literally cannot be destroyed. They demonstrated this in the recent live stream. Crazy little things like that they're trying out. I'm not sure quite how they're balancing it, but I'm imagining that there's lots of testing going on. So these quests are going to be epic. They're going to be something that you have to build your deck around. And while I do welcome things that I can build new decks with, I am concerned that the extent of the quests kind of bottlenecks the classes a bit. It kind of makes you build a particular deck with a class, whereas I'd like to be able to experiment with different effects in different classes. But I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get class identities and try and keep it varied in that way. So that's where they're going with that, and I think for the most part it should be pretty fun at least. And it will be interesting to see which class gets the most powerful quest. And then finally, we're going to get a bunch of dinosaurs, which kind of goes with the adapt mechanic. The card that I did want to talk about in particular was Elise. So what she does is, it's like a new version of Elise. It's a very similar effect to the old Elise. She's going to come down, she shuffles something into your deck, you draw it, and then when you play it, it's a pack, and it gives you 5 random cards from the Un'Goro set. And I just think that's so cool. That could go in some kind of control deck. That would be really fun in my eyes to use. Unfortunately, it's a legendary card and not everyone's going to have it. But when you do play Elise, and if you do get it, apparently it's going to be a really lucky pack, so you're always going to get something like a legendary and an epic. The one they showed on stream I think had 2 legendaries in it. It looked pretty fun, so that's a bit of a summarised thoughts so far on Un'Goro. I'm not going to talk about it too much until it's actually here, because I don't like the trickle. I can't review cards unless I know what all of them are. I can't tell you how good the set is until I've seen the whole set and maybe even had a go at it. So we'll put you know, put the brakes on that one for now. We've got the arena changes at the moment, so in the next couple of weeks, while you're waiting for Un'Goro, or 3 weeks, because it is early April, you might want to try out the arena. It's standard now, which means you're going to see a lot more Gadget Zone cards, which is quite interesting to me. Remember, we're also going to see the old expansions from 2015, so that will be Blackrock Mountain, the League of Explorers, and what's the other one? Grand Tournament. It's so mediocre, I can't even remember the name of it. We're saying farewell to those in a few weeks' time, so get your playtime in now with Justicar Trueheart and Emperor Forasan and the old Elise Starseeker, because you won't be able to play them in Standard anymore. Or maybe get ready to hit that dust button if all you want to do is play Standard. So, that's coming, we think on the 6th of April, because of reasons on Reddit. I'll try and show a picture, and that should be good. I'm really excited. It also means that there's going to be a whole... It's like hit the reset button, so all the decks kind of start again. You have to make entirely fresh decks, so we've got a lot of stuff coming up next month. And of course, if you want to see more and hear me rant about the price raise, stick around. It's going to be great. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit thumbs up, and I will see you next time.